You just got fired today. Time to brush up the resume. Let's get fired. Hell yeah.
One of my main gigs right now is making AI video content. Like, that job did not exist before.
All right, don't say anything. Let me just do the intro and then we can get right into it. All right. Welcome to Let's Get Fired, a show where guests share work stories and give me valuable advice while I'm unemployed. I'm your out-of-work host, Alex Shklar. Today we have Patrick Golden, a.k.a. the King of Odd Jobs. Patrick is a rising stand-up comic that says yes to everything, which is why he's here today, because he physically can't say no.
I need to negotiate boundaries better.
The way I started off, it's kind of like lame, but like it's to draw the parallels between the employment and this podcast. Think of it as an interview question, like tell me a little bit about yourself. So anything like college related or like entry level job related that lets people understand what your initial profession was gonna be or still is, and how you ended up where you are.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, college.
So just dive right in. Sure.
Yeah, like interview style, just like so people get to know.
I went to the University of Texas at Austin, Hook'em Horns.
Nice.
Yeah. And I switched my major like 6-7 times. And like, I didn't mean to say 6-7, but literally it was about that much. Like, I started off as a government major. I added economics. I tried to switch into business, decided not to do business, dropped economics, added religious studies, dropped government, added history. So I graduated with a religious study, 2 degrees, history and religious studies.
So you double majored, yeah. Nice.
And then
history and religious studies.
Yeah, very lucrative industries. I don't know if you know this. The God industry, full of money.
You're the perfect guest.
Yes, but and then my first job out of college, I didn't know what to do. I thought I wanted to go into academia, like for religious. I grew up very religious. Like, I thought I was going to be a preacher growing up, but I kind of grew away from the church.
Which religion?
Methodist. It's like Protestant Christianity, if that means anything.
The more extreme one, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of very liberal Protestant churches. Like, the church I went to was in the Fine Arts District of Houston, and they were like very progressive, like pro LGBTQ, like did a lot of interfaith stuff. Like, I saw like an imam and a rabbi both like preach from the pulpit on different Sundays. Very random.
Nice.
Yeah. And but I decided I didn't want to get into religion. I kind of grew out of the faith, but I was still very interested in it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna maybe pursue academia now. But I had several professors sit me down like my senior year, and they were like, if you can think of anything else in your life that'll make you happy outside of academia, do that. And I also was kind of like not a great enough student either, but I ended up didn't know what to do.
Did they say that because of like how they perceived you would like fare in academia? Because like they're just like academia just sucks.
Partially the lifestyle sucks. It's a grind for sure until you get tenure, but there's just not enough jobs. People are not allocating money to humanities like they used to do back in the day, which makes sense. Way more money is like in STEM, especially in like the academic world. But yeah, one of them literally pulled up the job portal where like people that get a PhD in religious studies go to find any sort of job, not just tenure, like visiting professorship, like a contract role, whatever, or adjunct, I guess would be the word. And there were no open jobs. She's like, there's been no jobs here for like 2 years. So it was like literally 0 jobs. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm gonna find something else to do. So I did a lot of random stuff. My first job out of college, I drove a 26-foot long peanut around America called the Planters Nutmobile. It's like a marketing brand ambassador job for Planters Peanuts. And then from that, I just ended up getting more into like digital marketing work. I moved back to Texas after that job and worked for a digital marketing agency there. And then from there, job went remote during COVID. Found my way in New York City in 2021. Still working that job. Then got recruited by a different agency on LinkedIn. Worked for that agency for a little bit, and then really did enjoy that experience. And then I quit, and then just like 2 months later, I randomly got a gig online to like work as a gardener for a company, and I ended up picking up some work with them. Ended up getting hired full time for a landscaping company in the city. We would take care of like luxury terraces, like outdoor container gardens, some indoor plants too. And then I basically worked for one gardening company one whole season. The next season, I worked for another gardening company, doing like random internships on top of that in gardening. And then I started my own landscaping company. For a year. I had it for about a year and a half.
What was it called?
I didn't even call it anything. It was just like my own little business. It was very
landscaping Brooklyn.
I didn't even have to get an LLC. I wasn't making enough money from it. Like it was still, I was probably only made like $60K or so doing that. But it was like
that's pretty amazing. How many years?
That's like a full year.
$60K in a year landscaping?
But if you think about it, the amount of hours you have to work is pretty insane. And it might not have been 60. It's probably closer to 50. I may overshot, but I was able to sustain my own living off all my own clients.
That's pretty awesome.
But then I think I was starting to notice that physical labor was having some effects on me, and trying to combine that with like late nights at comedy, like my body just could no longer handle that lifestyle. So I kind of wanted to transition back into something more tech oriented. So then I just started freelancing in tech specifically about a year or so ago, and now that situation's just gone better. I'm still freelancing, but I have like some pretty good ongoing relationships with people that pay me money to do weird tech things.
Is it always odd jobs?
Some are like consistent. So right now I make a decent amount of money doing a lot of user testing for like apps and websites, like giving feedback on how, usually these days it's like how a company is integrating AI into their product. And you're like, here, test this beta version that's not released to the public and say what you feel about it. What's working? What's the click-through journey like that kind of shit. And a lot of it is also like giving feedback on like LLMs. So it's like, use the same prompt for Gemini and for ChatGPT. Compare the results. How do they each make you feel? Like some science fair type shit.
So are you the one responsible for doing the UX part, or are you...
No, I don't design anything. I'm literally just a user providing feedback on experience.
Okay, so you're a test user.
I'm a user tester. So, and that's actually pretty decent, steady work on top of that. Sometimes I'll do some random focus groups where like I'm giving my feedback on like a new food product, but it's mainly like tech user testing. And then right now I have an apprenticeship with an AI video studio, and so they are paying me to make AI videos that are going to be attached to like certain Instagram and TikTok accounts that the company's managing. That's been interesting so far. And then I don't know, sometimes I'll still do some moving jobs, like that's the last manual labor work I still do. I actually do that with a fellow comedian, with Fluke. We'll do moving jobs together. And then I don't know, that's these days a lot of user testing and making the AI videos. That's kind of where I'm making my living. It's pretty meager still. I'm probably only making like 45, 50K right now, but I'm able to get by. I'm able to get by, and I've been able to make more money. I'm making much more money now than when I first started doing tech freelancing. So that's reassuring. It's like, okay, I've made some progress. It's still not great. I would like benefits. I'm still on like, I don't have health insurance, so I'm on like Medicaid, you know. Money's inconsistent. Some weeks I make $300. Some weeks I make $1,200. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate move, is getting cash jobs and staying on Medicaid.
For sure.
Every job I've had, even the good ones, the insurance is so expensive and it covers nothing.
Right. It's like you have to hit the $5,000 copay before you can get covered for anything, and then it's like, wow, I just paid. That's all I did. I just paid the whole year.
Yeah, I'm paying a shit ton of money in case I you
have a horrible thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'll have to like treat like an amputated leg or something.
And even then, the insurance company will still make that a little bit difficult. You're gonna have to jump through some hoops.
Like, well, do you need a new leg? It's purely cosmetic. We think you look great with one leg.
Do you know about the SpongeBob character that he's just the my leg guy? There's like a reoccurring character in SpongeBob where he just only says, my my leg, and he's in like a bunch of random scenes, and that's like his whole deal.
He's like,
that's the kind of movie role I want.
You can be like the Rob Schneider, where like, you can do it.
Rob Schneider is in like every single Adam Sandler film. And what's the other guy who's in every Will Ferrell film?
David Spade?
No, he's the guy he did Step Brothers with. Will Ferrell and John.
He looks weird.
He's in all the Will Ferrell stuff. Hey, Jamie, pull up the clip now.
All right.
But yeah, that's my basic career path. I've like kind of mainly in the world of, I guess, marketing, and then I guess tech tools, learning how to use them and shit.
John C. Reilly.
He
did a serious movie once, The Killing of the Sacred Lamb. It was so odd.
That sounds about right.
Was this Killing the Sacred Lamb, or like We Need to Talk About? I think it was We Need to Talk About Kevin. It was just so. It's like a scary movie.
I heard he did that. Yeah, I didn't watch it.
And it's just so odd because his face is so funny, and you associate him with like comedies, and you're like, oh, this guy is like a serious father who's like scared now, but like he seems like he's gonna crack a joke.
I don't know. Some of the funny people do. Like I loved Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, and I love Bryan Cranston. I knew him first as the Malcolm in the Middle dad,
too, yeah.
And then seeing him in Breaking Bad, I didn't realize I had seen like the art in some of the commercials for Breaking Bad. I didn't know that was Bryan Cranston, but then once I watched the first episodes of Breaking Bad, I was like, that's Frankie Muniz's dad.
It's the goofy guy. Yeah, I mean, I think enough time passed where enough people didn't recognize him, so it was fine for him. But this guy, I just don't know if he's ever done anything besides comedies. So, I mean, acting's just weird in general. It's like you get typecast, like the Seinfeld guy, George Alexander, fucking...
For sure. And even these days, like, I feel like acting is different because a lot of gigs are like influencer acting gigs where you're like, I don't know, maybe you already have your own large following that you're acting for, or you're getting hired by like a company to like produce like user generated content for them. And now these days there's people that are creating AI influencers, like the idea of like film studios now using AI actors and just making everything in house. That's pretty weird to think about.
It's like a race to the bottom. They kept making like acting dumber and dumber. At some point it's like, oh, we could get a machine to do this.
Right. My stance with making AI video content is I think it's weird when people try to like mimic real human stuff. I'd rather people know as soon as like they start watching a video made like, oh, this is like some weird goofy AI shit, like, and that's very clear from the onset.
Well, I think my take on it is that they try to make it real because they want people to be curious. It's like, oh, this is crazy, like a tiger's walking
right
on hind legs. Is that even possible? And then like the doubt,
and the boomers fall for that shit, bro. They can't tell.
I'm scared for my parents.
I know, man. People have tried to scare her. My grandma, like someone tried to use the AI version of my voice and be like, hi grandma, this is Patrick. I'm in jail right now. You need to send $5,000 over Zelle to this random email to bail me out, which thankfully my grandma didn't fall for it. Like she called my mom first, and obviously I wasn't in jail, but still weird of like,
if I got a call that you were in jail, I would definitely be like, that's definitely possible. It's so possible. Just on his way to get some pussy.
And I got in trouble with the police.
Yeah, I got on some weird side quest. Got offered a gig on the way. Didn't realize it was to bury a body.
Yo, sometimes in the gig economy, it does feel like your whole life is side quests. You're like,
yeah.
But you feel like maybe you're leveling up a little bit. Like I certainly feel like slightly better at, I don't know, quote, prompting than I did when I first started working with AI. Of like, especially working with video, you have to be so particular and specific with the language you use, where I've started to almost think more like a computer would think, where they're very logical. They work off like clear-cut commands, and like obviously that's my big distinction between AI and humans is that. But
you have to overcorrect. I actually had to do some prompting too. So just for background, I used to work at the Times, and fucking sucked.
But
right. Anyway,
you would go to the building, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
The building's
That's a nice building.
It's a nice building.
Get like free food and stuff, free lunch on Fridays.
No free lunch. There. Every single company I worked at that seemed like it was big, it was all smoke and mirrors. Like you go into the building, it's a regular office. Everybody's miserable. They give you just enough freebies to make it feel like they care, but like, nah. You know how like they do snacks to save money? They had those dispenser containers. You know, like those cereal ones you get like continental breakfast, and they'll fill it with like goldfish or like M&Ms. And I was like, oh, I could tell you're saving a ton of money by buying in bulk, but it also is like telling me how cheap you are, that you don't want to buy like one of those like 36 pack boxes where everybody gets an individual bag of chips.
Dude, when I was in landscaping, I worked for a company where we had like a private equity firm as a client, and they had their own floor, or it was actually 3 floors of a building in Midtown that they all owned. And this place is crazy. Like they had their own private chefs that made them lunch just for everybody that day, like unlimited like espresso drinks. They had like an on-call barista. It's like, what is this? This is like fuck you money.
Yeah, and at some point when like they have to like increase profits, somebody comes in and it's like, oh, look at all these random expenses, we should probably cut those. So in the beginning, I think the spending is wild because the guy who runs the company is the guy spending on himself. I work in a small startup and it was like that. These headphones I got from a company that was like 15 people, and it's like, oh, you just get a work from home budget. Spend like $200 on whatever you want. Headphones, like
that's nice.
pads. Yeah, at the Times also had that for like during COVID. They had like $250 work from home budget every week. Was it $250?
Every week? Wow.
Not every week. Every year. I'm sorry. That'd be crazy if it was every week. That'd be a bit more than I make.
Yo, I remember I wasn't working at a startup, but it was, I guess, a small agency in Austin. Right when COVID hit, they let the head of HR just like chilled at the office with her mask on for a couple days. And you could just grab and take any office equipment you want, because they were like, we're just ending our lease, like we're not gonna we're not just gonna pay for an office that nobody's using. So they literally ended the lease, and then you could just grab an office chair if you wanted, or grab a standing desk. It was like,
there's a lot of that.
It's like a Facebook Marketplace pickup, you know.
I remember like one office where they closed down because nobody was coming in, and they just moved everybody to like another office for a sister company, and they're trying to sell the chairs. So they're like, oh, we're not like, we know it's a loss, but we're gonna try to make some money off of it. And I'm like, oh damn, that's like, to the employees it just looks so obvious that like you're hurting for money when you're like trying to sell shit on Craigslist.
Dude, yeah, that shit's rough. Like, what are your operating costs? You're having a side hustle to pay your business bills?
Yeah, publicly traded company too, so I'm like, you know, like if you want people to have like faith in your company, don't make it obvious that you're not doing well.
Do you like the startup vibe? Do you like
I never
to wear a lot of different hats, or like?
No, so the issue with any job that I've ever had is their goal is to maximize the money you make them, and my goal is to minimize the amount of like mental, physical damage they do to me, because like I'm salaried. So startup was like there's like fewer boundaries, because your boss is like, literally you talk to your boss every day, and the guy who owns the company, and he's like, well, I'm working crazy hours, I like work on weekends, so like why don't my employees do that? And it's like, yeah, but you make direct profit from every client, so like if we get more clients, it's like you get a nicer apartment. If I have 3 extra clients, my salary doesn't jump up.
Yeah, those kinds of work dynamics are tough. I feel like that's one benefit of working hourly, I guess, is that you know that any amount of time you put you're compensated exactly for the amount of time you put in, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I guess more of a sales or commission based structure where like you're incentivized to work harder because you'll make more money. I don't like situations where people are trying to force you to work more and take on more responsibilities, but there's no increase in pay.
Oh yeah, and they always try to package as like, oh, you're growing, you're getting more opportunity. It's like, yeah, how about my
bullshit.
title?
That's some corporate bullshit.
and they get people, especially when they're younger. It's like it feels like you're actually making progress. And then in theory, if your title changes, you could like use that as leverage to get a better job somewhere else. But if a company's doing this thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna give you like a bonus, or we're gonna give you like a better title.
I hate when companies have too rigid of a promotional structure. It's like, you spend a year at this position, and then if things go well in this review meeting, then you'll be promoted. And or it's more so like, here's how the bonus incentive structure works. I feel like bonuses should always be flexible, and like how you're promoted or whatever should always be flexible, even in like a larger company. Like, I feel like that just makes more sense to me. Like, don't allow people to have more incentive to, I guess, perform better.
What's the like craziest way you've been like fucked over, like money wise?
Ever? Or like in
work? I'm sure your friend probably owes you $1,000 at this point, but like I'm saying like work wise, because I feel like every job does something to benefit themselves, and then find like money wise, like it's coming out of the employee's pocket somehow.
I actually have been pretty lucky. Like, I've never been truly fucked out of money ever by a company. Like, there's some gigs I've done that I didn't get paid for it, but they're ultimately only like a couple hours of my time.
But
But
never sends you the check.
or like they just ghosted me, or it was like it was kind of a scam or something like that. Like, I've been scammed out of thousands of dollars one time. Like, I fell for a check fraud scam.
Oh, that's the danger of saying yes to everything.
Yo, it was like my first year in New York City, and I got an email where it was from a production company, and I just like I got so excited by the fact that like, oh, I'm finally getting a good gig, that totally clouded my perception of reading the situation at all, and I just like lost like $3,500.
How did they get you?
Basically, so check fraud. So what they did is that they sent me a deposit for my work, and they told me that the deposit also included X amount of money that needs to be sent over Venmo to the tailor who will be creating the... Right, so send the money over Venmo, check bounces, that money sent.
That sucks.
Which in retrospect, you're like, wow, how was I so dumb? But in the moment, my judgment was like totally hijacked.
That's how they get you. The one good thing...
They preyed on my emotions.
They also like, they do it in such scale. They get you to people at a time when they're drunk, high, like, emotional, like you said. So like you kind of like doing things in haste. I don't know how many times I've gotten like spam texts and it'd be like 2 a.m. and like I'm like, oh, do I know this person? And like then I read back,
$300 an hour. Click this link.
Yeah, you're not thinking straight sometimes, and it's like they get you like at a vulnerable moment. You know what's also crazy? Like mid jerk, you're not thinking straight at all.
Oh no, for sure, dude. I mean, we know as men that shit. Your brain becomes your penis.
Yeah, imagine like,
or your penis becomes your brain.
You're halfway to like coming, and then like you get a text like, "Hey, we got $500 sitting for you right here. Just say yes." And you're like, "What? This must be the best day ever."
Yo, I mean, but that's how OnlyFans gets you. It's like you're so in the moment. They're like, oh, will I drop $30 on this random woman's OnlyFans subscription? But when you're in that moment, you're like, hell yeah, here's my info, and then you nut, and then you're like, oh my god, I just wasted $30.
Yep. They play on your emotions, and you also like, it's like the parasocial relationship, kind of like what podcasting is. Like, no, not gonna like shit on myself, but like ultimately, if you do a Patreon, it's like people like, oh, this is my friend. If I give them money, they can like keep doing the podcast, and like I support their passion. But in reality, like everybody's watching us. No offense, they're just Paul. Viewers. If Uncle Paul wants to give us money, I'd be forever grateful. But yeah, it's like you create this relationship which is like very one way, and the person's like, oh, this is my buddy. I see him every week. And then apparently some people go crazy. They go to like the actual shows and like they start talking to you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
I heard girls get like stalkers.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, that's what happens. Like, you'll have, if you're an OnlyFans model, you'll have this one person that's always in your chat. Or, like, if you have a Patreon, you'll have this one subscriber that's, like, 2 subscribed. You know what I mean? And they'll follow you. They'll literally stalk you. They're obsessed with you. It's weird. It's weird meeting people that develop such insanely specific obsessions for public figures. Like, isn't that what happened with the dude that killed John Lennon? He was having some like visions of him or something crazy.
I just read The Catcher in the Rye.
Yo, yeah, what the fuck?
Completely misinterpreted the point.
Yo, what? Yeah. Damn. Is that why The Catcher in the Rye was like banned from schools and shit? Or was it banned?
I think so, yeah. I think they're just like, they blamed it. It was not that good of a book.
You're gonna kill some beetles if you do this. I just remember some dude that was just like fucking melodramatic about everything. I wouldn't know anybody like that. But
yeah, it was like the thing, like, remember Bowling for Columbine? They're like, oh, maybe it's because they went bowling right before the shooting. Like the bowling encouraged them to kill people.
Oh my god, man. School shootings are crazy, man. Yeah. America, that should be an Olympic sport. America, another goal for America.
Like with a paintball gun, and you like
Russia be pissed. Why are we not invited?
It's because you're using performance enhancement drugs. That'd be kind of interesting, like if you get like a paintball gun and like the guy from one country has to shoot kids from another country.
Dude, I'm surprised there isn't. I guess paintball would be bad optics for the Olympics, but that would be exciting. Maybe it'd allow people to take some anger out on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, my church youth group growing up, that was a common activity. We'd play paintball.
Well, you're in Texas. I think like guns are like so like part of the culture.
That's the only gun I've ever shot to this day. So paintball. I mean, I've fired a BB gun before, I guess, but
you gotta fire a real gun, go to range. It's a very interesting feeling because like you it's scary because you're like, oh, if I point this at a person, I could murder them. But like it's heavy. It's interesting.
You feel like a different power or something.
Yeah.
It's like being behind the wheel of a car. You just feel like, wow, this machine is crazy.
Yeah, but like the gun is purely designed to like destroy things or kill things.
Yeah, dude. Have you been following any of the shit with like the Anthropic CEO? You know, Anthropic, it's like this AI company that was like a main contractor for the government, for the military, for using AI. And they were like, yo, we're going to work with the government on anything they need for U.S. national security with just 2 stipulations that this is why Trump is mad at them. The stipulations are using AI for mass surveillance and then autonomous weapons. So this AI manages the weapons. That shit sounds scary. Just firing anywhere.
If we literally watch this, also like imagine hacking the system, and now you have like these like AI robots just running around. Yo,
cybersecurity, I feel like these days very lucrative profession. Like, I feel like it could be interesting job. Honestly, you ever thought about cybersecurity?
I thought about a lot of things, but I kind of like comedy.
Comedy is kind of cybersecurity. You when the trolls show up in your comments, or you get reviewed bombs.
Oh, don't read the comments.
I can't believe this comic said this on stage. 1 star. Jesus Christ.
It's like the only thing where you get people who don't actually want to watch it like commenting.
For sure. My thing is like, I totally think it's fair where if a comedian just went on the subway and tried to do their material, people can boo them. But if it's at a comedy club and it's at an environment for comedy, if you're a patron and you show up and you didn't like a joke, like that should not, it's like, that's what happens here. Like, and then it's like somebody that doesn't like comedy at all is offended by everything will just come across a clip and then they'll review bomb that venue, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even like comedy anyways. Why are you projecting?
It's like a guy who went to basketball and complained like that there's basketball. It's like, hey, can you guys do hockey? I hate this game. It's like, no, you bought a ticket to this. This is what it is.
Right.
You don't like it?
People be getting in their feelings, man. But I get it. You know, life is hard right now.
Yeah. I do think people are also like on edge because like the economy is not great. So maybe like there's a little bit of like, oh, I paid money and this is not as good as I thought it would be. It's not exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, man, I didn't think I would have to make AI videos for money. I'm like, wow, chat, we're cooked. How did we get here?
I mean, I feel bad about AI. I mean, like I know it's kind of inevitable, but like, do you feel like icky working in AI?
I felt more icky at the beginning, and I can't tell if I have just like had some internal subconscious acceptance of what is, or if it's just like society in general is just like kind of, it's unavoidable now. Like, you can't even go on Google without seeing the Google AI overview. You have to like manually go into your settings and turn that off if you're so against it. But it's integrated in so many other things that like it's pervasive. Like, the government is using it. Pretty much every company these days I know of, at least in the world of tech, is using it. It's weird.
Yeah, and also like I think it's in places where it doesn't belong just because it's like the hot
Yeah, it's
now.
a bubble. It's like everybody's like AI this, AI that. It's like Dubai chocolate of tech. It's like Dubai chocolate. Get your AI Dubai chocolate. Like, what the fuck are we talking?
There's like a point where like in tech there was like a big like push for big data. It's like, we need to collect data. We need to big data. We need data.
Yeah, what is big data? Yeah, just a lot of data. That's all it means, right?
Yeah, they were like the running joke was that like big data is like teen sex. Most people aren't having, and the people talking the most about it are definitely not having it. It's like nobody even knows what it is.
I feel the same way about crypto. Being rich off crypto. I feel like the people that are the hypest are like, there's a lot of snake oil salesmen in crypto.
Snake oil. Well, to like be completely transparent, I did invest in crypto like semi early on, and Bitcoin's like,
isn't it doing worse now? It's like down.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. Did you sell it, or are you still?
I sold it. Well, part of the way I was able to like establish a bit of a nest egg, is like selling the crypto.
Wow, hell yeah.
It's not enough where I'm like cushy for life, but it's like enough where I'm like, I got a few years of comedy, and then if
that's all right, bro. I got 1,500 total right now.
Hey, that's better than most comedians.
Yo, no negative. I don't owe any money. That's my. Hey, if you want the honest, objective financial reality, I have $1,500 to my name, but no negative money.
Do you have student loans?
No student loans.
No student loans. Oh, you went full ride, or you just paid like for college?
I had like a great grandmother that set aside money.
So like this grandmother was really awesome.
She got it from oil. What?
This grandma was really awesome.
No, I think she just had a big nest egg that she allocated specifically for like all of her grandchildren's college, and like paid for pretty much the majority of it.
Oh, I got some oil money. That was a cheesy joke when you said great grandma. I'm like, oh, how great was she? So stupid.
Well, here's the thing. That was like kind of the last generation. I'm sure there's some oil money that would be passed along the line, but my mom technically, have you ever heard of Spindletop? It was this huge oil rig, world famous, one of the largest in the country when it was discovered at the time in Texas. And my mom has like a part ownership on that, but it's like so tiny that I think once a month she just gets like a $25 check.
That's funny,
right?
It's like if you do commercial and they send you a check for like $5
for your royalties or whatever. That's funny.
Yeah, I just saw the episode of Seinfeld where he gets like royalties from like a Japanese show. They used a clip of him, and he gets like 12-cent checks every day, and he has to like endorse them all.
A check for 12 cents would make me so mad.
Yeah, like wait until it's like $1 at least and send that.
Well, they're not even making pennies anymore. You know that they quit printing pennies.
Oh yeah, they're rounding it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're just gonna round that shit. Damn, bro.
Yeah. You think
that's crazy? That's
you think pennies are gonna be worth something sometime?
I think so. I mean, Pokemon cards are worth a lot now, and I threw away all my shit when I was like in middle school because people were calling me like retard or whatever because I play Pokemon or whatever. I mean, middle school bullies are the worst. But so I threw away all my Pokemon cards, but now in retrospect, I'm like, wow, I threw away $15,000. Yep.
You think it was gonna be that much?
Dude, they're like classic Pokemon cards. Like,
you threw out like the rare stuff?
Well, it wasn't rare at the time, but now it's considered rare. This is back in like 2000. This is like before Obama was elected.
If it makes you feel any better, knowing what I know about you, Patrick, they probably weren't in mint condition.
Actually, no. Like I had a binder with sleeves and all that shit.
Oh, you were like responsible.
I was
boy?
a competitive Pokemon card player. I went to tournaments
Oh shit!
when I was really young, like 4th grade through 6th grade.
How awful were these bullies where like you gave up on a hobby you were so passionate about?
These are the same bullies that called me a Narutard.
Well, that's
Like,
just,
I got
that's just a
bullied-
smart joke.
I got bullied for liking anime and liking Pokemon cards, and now that just means you're a cool black guy and you got money.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, all your bullies are probably dead from fentanyl overdose now.
Yo, shout out to the people. I had a close friend from college. He overdosed last year.
Oh man, it's very tough making fentanyl jokes because everybody knows somebody who died from it.
No. He would actually prefer that we make jokes about it. Like, so I don't feel bad about it.
Where was it? Oh, remember like Steiny's, where I think you were the one who made jokes about fentanyl, and like it was just dead silent.
Yeah, they were all on the Fed, bro.
No, like probably just have like kids who are doing it or like relatives. Staten Island's fucking Jersey, Staten Island, Long Island. They're all in that opiate shit.
Yo, opioids would get you. The worst is when you go to like a New York subway station, you see like some dude like openly doing it, like Times Square subway, like you're just like, yo, what the?
I never seen anybody shooting, but I have seen people smoking off like the foil.
Oh yeah, that shit. I hate. You hate to see it.
You know-
I've seen people smoke opiates on the train. I'm like, you hate to see it.
I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit because I feel like I'm cutting you off. Sorry, it's been bothering me for a while. Everyone's like, what happened? Why did it jump? All right, awesome. No, but like we have it not bad because I was in Seattle and like I think they're just like so lax about it. They don't like it's like decriminalized. People are just doing it in the street, and it's like it's not like random like once in a while. It's like literally like a whole street of people doing like the foil.
Oh
thing.
yeah, dude. You'll go to like Portland. Portland. I remember when I went there, tent city, bro. And it was mainly meth heads. And the city will let you put a tent like pretty much anywhere, and it's just like people doing meth.
I mean, I feel bad for them because obviously, like, a lot of those people are just like regular people like you and me who just at some point like were down on their luck and then like made like a really bad choice to like try a very, very addictive drug.
Yeah, dude.
Shit fucking takes over your life.
It takes over your life, and it's like a feeling that will be in your brain forever. Like, I think that's the thing people don't understand about addicts is that, like, yeah, you could be sober from using for like 20 years, but that feeling, that desire will always be there. And I think that was, once I kind of learned that, I was like, whoa, that's heavy.
Yeah, it's like once you start jerking off, it's like you can't like forget what it feels like to jerk
Yeah,
off.
Pornhub is so integrated in my life. It's like I don't know what life is without it. You know, I don't even think about it. Yeah,
It's on your home. It's on your home screen on your phone.
no. I'm not that crazy, but you know, it's like things like that. It's like cigarette smokers. Like they're not even aware they're smoking cigarettes anymore because that's just a fact of their life. Like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke right now. It's like a habit.
Yeah, but once you quit, it's not like this like, oh man, my life was so good when I smoked. I think with drugs, it's like, oh, I was getting this like bump of dopamine, which like I never
Right.
can replicate now.
Well, maybe I feel like if you're a guy and then you get off the Viagra, then you're like, wow, I can't even fuck no more. Like my dick.
Oh, I haven't tried that any of the Bluetooth stuff because I'm like,
I never tried it. I've done like the gas station shit, and it didn't really work that much.
move a little closer to the mic.
I tried the gas station
I
shit.
don't know. I heard, no, it picks up. It's just better if you're closer.
Yes,
So it's
sir.
like if you want to be like a faint little girl, you can speak here. But if you want like their voice to be clear, you got to be a little closer. All right, let me get us back on track with some BS questions about work. But ultimately, I do want to find out like what like the shitty work experiences were for you.
Sure,
And
sure.
have you ever had any kind of work experience that you'll never forget, where you're like, wow, this was absolute trash. I regret ever signing up for this. Either you got fucked over by somebody, or like
I think the worst job I've had in New York City, this was during the summer 2022. So this is like, you're like at peak New York City being a cloud of weed. I mean, it still is a cloud of weed, but it, especially that summer, it was so bad because the city hadn't shut down any of the legal smoke shops. So they were everywhere. You can buy weed on every fucking block, and like, it was just nasty. And I got hired.
But it was like the fake weed, right? Like it wasn't like a license.
I mean, fake weed, real weed. It's like there was just people smoking shit that smelled like weed, like all over the city.
It's like in between, like these are going to be legal dispensaries and like the guy who's selling weed at the deli.
Exactly, and I think the city did a big shutdown on a lot of the under the table weed places, but. I mean, there was a period of time between COVID and that shutdown happening that they were everywhere. And I got hired to be a brand ambassador for like one of the weed delivery services where you like text a phone number or send a telegram, whatever. And what they had me do is walk around New York City wearing a satchel. And in the satchel were just packs and packs of pre-rolls. And I would have to give people pre-rolls in exchange for an Instagram follow. And they have to like text the delivery service number to get logged into their system. And I just reeked of weed. And I had some terrible interactions, like people, like for instance, like I was walking on Prospect Park on Juneteenth trying to hand out these pre-rolls, and I was like in a big like, it was like I was around a bunch of black people. They're like, are you one of them was like, you're literally a white guy trying to sell your weed service to me on Juneteenth. And I was like, yeah, do you want some for free? It's free. Nah, but that was kind of awkward. It was just weird. I felt like sometimes there were people I gave it to, and it was actually their first time they ever got weed. So then I was like, oh my God, did I just hook someone on weed? Like, I didn't like the feeling of introducing a drug to somebody.
Yeah.
That shit was I was like, oh my God.
And I don't buy the whole gateway drug story where you try weed, eventually you're going to do heroin, but like, imagine that person's like, was like clean the whole time, like a good like high school kid.
Yeah, my friend who overdosed, he said that he got his high school star swimmer hooked on heroin. Like, damn, son.
I mean, there's some accountability on everybody's part because you're still nobody's like forcing you to do anything, but
some people get peer pressure. Like I said, I say yes too much. You know what I mean? Some people you don't have it in you.
Well, you're like painfully optimistic, which is good, but also like sometimes backfires.
Yeah, sometimes a little retarded. Yeah, for sure.
You're like making like a long trip to Jersey to like do a mic because like, why not? I met a dude from Jersey, and I'm like, are open mics in Jersey worth doing? He's like, no, anybody does that, we call them retards. And I'm like, oh, Patrick Golden.
Nah, some of the New Jersey mics are lit, bro. I think there are some New Jersey mics that are really bad, like so bad you'll be suicidal. But same thing, like there's mics in New York City that are like, oh my God, this makes you you just learn what spots are good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and in the long run, definitely there's some good ones and bad ones, but I think the issue is that like before you know it, you're like taking a gamble.
Oh, dude, there was one time I did a trip from New York to Governor's Club on Long Island, Levittown, to do like, it was kind of a Kill Tony style thing where it's like 3 judges, each comic gets a couple minutes, and the judges roast you vibe. But it was like an America's Got Talent kind of thing where each judge had a buzzer, and if 2 out of 3 judges press a buzzer, which creates an X, then you get kicked off stage, and you immediately have to finish your set. I was the only comic that got kicked off stage, and it was like 20 seconds into my set. So I traveled all the way. It ended up being like 4 hours round trip travel for performing for 20 seconds.
Jeez. And they're probably
bombing for 20
and they're probably doing it to make a joke out of you. It's like, oh, this guy sucks.
Well, some people in the audience, they were still like, that was funny. Like, I guess I entertained some people. It was entertainment, but it was also like, wow, I felt shitty.
Long Island's also like, I think every area is like unique and like what they like for comedy, but I heard like Long Island's just, there's some dude, I forgot, there's some comedian I was watching the podcast, it's like, oh yeah, I'll do Governor's Island, and like, I would kill in the city, but every time I go to Governor's Island, I would bomb, and the owner of Governor's Club would just keep booking him just to like, for shits and giggles, just to see him bomb.
That's wild. See, I would take that as a challenge. I'd be like, I've had some rooms like that where I like really bombed a room, and I knew the main reason I bombed is because I didn't connect with the audience, and I think I just had to go back a couple of times to get a better sense of what the audience was. And I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bombing sucks though, especially if you travel a long ways for it. Dude, it's like, fuck your life.
Yeah. I think if you travel a long way, it's also like it adds added pressure. Because if you just walk out in like your PJs and walk to a mic, it's like, oh, you're loose. Like you're
like Highbury Pub. You know, that Highbury Pub is literally a 30-second walk from my apartment.
Nice.
If I bomb there, then it's like, all right.
Are you still doing that one, by the way?
I'll go if I'm ever free. I mean, it only happens once a month, so sometimes I got shit. Like I think I've missed like the past 2 or 3 months because I had shit going on.
There's just better mics on Tuesdays that are like closer to me, and I'm like,
I like how close it is to me, and there's always audience.
Yeah, well, that actually is like a double-edged sword because the audience could be like great, but a lot of times they're like, this isn't Jeopardy.
Yeah, they're not going to give you automatic love there. And sometimes it'll be a bunch of people, but they don't want anything to do with comedy. They're just ignoring you.
Yep. Or like they're actively like trying to like get in the way. They're like yelling shit out. It's like, come on. Like I get that like this is not what you wanted on a Tuesday night when you're trying to get drunk because your life sucks, but like we're also doing something. Like have some like respect.
Dude, for sure. I mean, open mic comedy, man. We're not exactly the most well-respected people in society. Although people are always like, "Wow, that seems like the hardest job." The hardest job. Yeah.
It's not the hardest. It's just like there's a lot of letdowns. It's like even someone performing like on a subway.
And you have to pay to do the job.
Yes, that's another thing. I keep a ledger of like my spendings on open mics. I'm like, there's one glimpse of like a little point where like I was not in the negative. I broke even, and then like as soon as I started paying for more mics, I'm like 1,000, like 2,000 down per year.
Dude. And the worst is like you go to a venue, you get a drink, maybe you get food at the venue. The shit adds up. But I don't know. Some venues are pretty cheap. Like, I think Freddy's is pretty affordable food.
Yeah. And like you also like you figure out which mics are like good bang for the buck because some places are gonna be like expensive and like the host doesn't give a shit. So it's once you figure it out, you can make do in comedy, but it's probably one of the worst jobs in the beginning.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mark Norman, I think, has like an interview clip that went viral of him being like, the hardest part about comedy is the beginning. It's like the first like 5, the beginning. It's like one of the only jobs where the beginning of your career is the hardest part, because if you break it out of open mics and you actually start touring, then it's just easy. Just don't bomb, like consistently do well, show up to your shit, and you got a living basically.
Yeah. And at some point also you get fans, so like people, like the room is padded with people who already like you,
right?
So like you're not like constantly fighting this uphill battle of like, all right guys, I need you to trust me. It's like at some point people are like, yeah, we know what you're doing, we like it. Wow. All right, so worst job was handing out joints. You know, it doesn't seem that bad, but I feel like you probably just had bad interactions.
I think I really have to emphasize, like, I reeked of it. So like, the smell, it was weird. Like, I wasn't even burning it in it, but for some reason, like, my backpack, all my clothes would smell like it every day, and people would comment on it, like, you reek of weed. Even after I put the fucking satchel down, like, anywhere I put the satchel in my apartment, you would smell it, so my room would smell like
you had to put it, like, in a plastic bag, probably, like, inside the bag.
Yeah, dude, it was...
I mean, I do feel bad when I'm on the subway, and I'm like, oh, I smoked earlier, everybody knows, because I probably smell like it. And then, like...
jacket just reeks of it.
And then you get that, like, weed paranoia of, like, everybody knows I'm high.
Oh my god, yeah, weed paranoia is funny. You start to feel like everybody's out to get you. You're like, what's going on? And you think people are talking about you as you walk past them.
Yes.
They just say my name.
Yes.
These strangers just comment on me.
It's like main character syndrome on like on drugs.
Yes.
It's like, are they talking shit about me? They all think I'm a loser. Yeah, comedy on weed is not good.
Yeah, I don't recommend.
All right, let me do some more questions. You ever quit a job or get fired from a job?
I've never been fired before.
That is amazing.
Never been fired one time, but there have been moments where I was going to get fired, but I quit before they could fire me.
Why'd you do that?
I I think I wanted to come out the victor. It's like that kind of thing. And I guess I don't know. It almost felt like I liked the feeling going out on my own terms.
Yeah.
And just kind of getting to immediately lean in with my story and be like, hey, this is not working out. And then oftentimes they'll be like, oh yeah, we felt the same way. I'm glad you brought it up. Like, it's kind of like when you're at a date with somebody. Yeah. You're just like, you know what? As soon as I figure out I'm not feeling it, I say it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling this.
But I feel like with dating, a lot of people jump the gun just because they're scared the other person's gonna like be like, oh yeah, I'm not into you, and then like it hurts your feelings. It's like, oh, you don't tell me you're not into me, I'm not into you.
Oh yeah, that's just crazy.
Did you miss out on like any unemployment benefits because you quit?
I mean, I wouldn't get unemployment if I was fired. I guess so. I think if you're fired, can you claim unemployment after that?
This is actually very on brand. So in New York, if you're fired, I think pretty much always you'll get unemployment unless it's something like insane where they
you like committed a crime or
not
something.
committed a crime, but like where you did something egregious, like if you sexually harassed somebody and you got fired because of that, I think the company would be like, well, it's not that like he was a bad fit, he was just a bad human.
So if you quiet quit, you would be able to get on unemployment after quiet quitting?
Well, how do you think I got here?
Yo, I mean, yeah, I've never actually gotten unemployment ever. There's one time I tried to get it in between landscaping seasons, but couldn't get it. I think I just I'd rather work a bunch of gigs than get unemployment. I think because I'm just someone where I like having I wouldn't necessarily call it busy schedule. There's sometimes I feel busy, but I just like to always have some structure. And if I just had a bunch of unstructured time, or maybe some people would be really good at like diving into something or using that time to apply for jobs, I would just sit there and feel like I was in the void. I like having a bunch of things I know I'm doing every day.
No, 100%. I feel like a little bit like that right now. Like the podcast obviously gives me a little bit of stuff to do. I'm doing like more comedy stuff, but yeah, generally like if you don't have a wake up call, it's like you're sleeping until like 10 a lot. I have an alarm at 10, and a lot of times I oversleep that.
I have a question. Did you play hockey, or what is this?
Oh yeah, I still do actually. So I play roller hockey, and this is like I just store my equipment here. It's an outdoor roller hockey rink. So anytime it snows, like it's just off for like months because like they needed to let it melt. But yeah, I played a lot more when I was younger, but now I just play a little bit. There's a league like 20 blocks from here.
Wasn't there like? Did you ever watch Rocket Power on Nickelodeon?
No, I missed that. I was big on like Mighty Ducks.
Wow, Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks was great. I don't know if you ever watched like Youngblood was good. They're making
Heated Rivalry?
No, not Heated Rivalry. They're making this remake of that movie Youngblood, and now they're making the player black, and it's like everyone's probably up in arms.
Dude, that's some classic DEI shit. Let's just remake some shit.
But like to a hockey player, that's kind of...
I think it's weird when they remake a classic and they're like, let's just cast it DEI instead. Yeah. Why not just make a completely new plot of movie and then feature that particular different? Like, I feel like I'd be more inclined to watch it. I feel like the recast feels weird to me.
Yeah, well, they're trying to it's marketing. So they're like, we're gonna get people who saw the original who can just gonna watch it because they like the original so much.
Right. So it like hooks in people already.
It's like the Fast and the Furious situation where like
Fast and Furious 29.
They should have ended it, but every single time they come out with it, people keep watching, and like at some point it's like at one point where it's like stops breaking even, they're like, well, okay, we gotta call it quits.
That's crazy. I'd feel so bored working on that movie if I was remaking it for like
it's probably making so much money,
but who knows? I mean, is GTA 6 gonna deliver?
Maybe. Well, games are different. I think games would because they keep making the graphics better. Even if you make the same game over and over with like better technology, it kind of improves the game, right?
I'm just hoping I'm totally willing to buy a new game console just to play GTA 6.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna kill some hookers?
Dude, I'm a Mary hooker. I'm kill some gangsters.
You're gonna white knight it, and you're gonna save somebody. You're gonna save
we're gonna save all the POCs in the game. I'm actually gonna be the white savior of GTA 6.
Oh, you're gonna be a good person. Do you can you win the game?
I'm gonna be a woke GTA 6 player.
Can you win the game by actually, if you follow all the rules? Because I saw this one guy try to be like, oh, I'm gonna drive in GTA, but I'm gonna follow all the the rules of the roads.
Oh my god, that sounds so boring.
Yeah, he still gets arrested by the cops for being black.
Yeah, driving while black, that's your crime.
All right, so you never got fired. That's amazing. And you quit that one job. Do you ever quit anything else?
There's been multiple times where I knew I was gonna probably get fired soon, and I quit. So I self-eject basically.
So do you have a hard time facing rejection?
I think earlier on in life, yeah, but especially since I've started doing comedy, rejection doesn't really hurt that much anymore. It's kind of like I'm constantly dealing with rejection, so it's like, okay, wow.
Yeah, you get desensitized to it. At some point, you're like, well, there's just so many opportunities. There's no way you're gonna get everything.
Exactly.
Have you ever had anything crazy happen at work? So I'll give you an example. I had somebody come on here and say somebody got stabbed and to death. Anything crazy, someone got caught with drugs, caught having sex at work.
I mean, I've seen some weird shit. I saw this dude. I used to work at a frozen yogurt store in high school. This is my last shift before I moved to Austin for college. So, and this guy was I think he's on crack or something, or meth, who knows. He was missing all his teeth besides 3 teeth, and they were they looked brown and rotted, and he just he goes into the cash register and just opens his mouth, pulls out a lighter, and starts lighting his teeth. His teeth actually catch on fire, bro. What happened? What is the material of the teeth? And he's just
Maybe it's how he lost the teeth. He burnt them out.
And so I gave him a cup of froyo, and he used that to help with soothe the burning. Maybe that was a scam. He just lights his teeth on fire so he gets a free yogurt. But dude, it was really horrifying. It was one of the most disgusting human experiences I've watched. I'd see a baby come out of a vagina any day over that shit, bro.
That's more natural.
For sure. That was not. Why did his teeth catch a flame? I don't think they're supposed to.
It's probably just so dirty.
Yeah, he probably had all these particles and shit on it. I was oh my fucking god, bro.
That is very creative. I mean, I'm sure in a different another life he probably would have some kind of fame. Just the guy goes on stage and lights his teeth on fire.
Dude, for sure.
I've never even heard of that.
But I don't know. I've definitely been in some situations where I've seen employees rage quit, but even that wasn't too bad. They're just I quit. I never had somebody that I've never witnessed a crazy fight at work before, or somebody dying, getting stabbed to death.
So you have.
I've been at that frozen yogurt store. The place next door to me got robbed while I was on shift, but they didn't rob me. So the person ran inside and they were crying I just got robbed at gunpoint. And I was yo, what? But nobody came into.
Well, they're not gonna hit 2 spots. They're trying to be in and out.
Exactly.
It'd be funny if he robbed the place and he came by for some frozen yogurt. He's
yeah, some of those people do it. They'll shoot up a school and then they go to Burger King or something.
They tip very generously. They're I'm not an asshole. I just hate kids.
Who's that one dude? It was the white dude, Dylan Roof or whatever. He shot up a black church, and the cops took him to the Wendy's drive-thru on the way to the fucking station, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I'm what? He just shot up a church and now he gets Wendy's?
He's this is your last meal before you're in jail. Well, who hasn't been there? Who hasn't?
I wanted McDonald's.
What do you think his order was? You think he got Dave's Double or something?
Dave's Double Baconator.
Nice.
Sounds like the Terminator Baconator.
Wendy's is awesome. When they got the little Frosties are great.
I used to have a teammate on my Little League baseball team growing up. His dad was a franchisee of Wendy's, and he would get free Wendy's all the time. And we had this deal where anytime any one of us hit a home run, we get a coupon for a free Baconator.
But you could just give you free Baconators whenever you wanted, right?
We would still get free Baconators, but this would just be a card that then you could visit any Wendy's with and get it on your own time.
Oh, got it. So you didn't need him to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you hit any home runs?
I hit 1 that season. I got a Baconator.
Nice. What do you remember more, the home run or the Baconator?
The home run, because at that time I didn't appreciate Baconators for what they were, but now I appreciate them. Sometimes you need some heart attack shit, bro. You need some shit that's gonna make you feel bad.
Wendy's is... I think if you're gonna go for like fast food, Wendy's probably is a good choice.
Yeah, I would say so. Dude, you ever dip your fries in the Frosty, my brother?
I have, yeah.
Woo! Woo! That shit is like, you really feel like a fucking American, bro.
Pure diabetes.
Diabetes, bro. You gotta earn that shit. Type 2 that bitch, bro.
I love that the fries have like a little bit of the skin on the edge. It's like, oh, this is probably healthier.
I like that. I like seeing like the potato skin on the fries. You see that video of the McDonald's CEO?
Oh yeah,
he ate it like.
He like touched it with his tongue.
And he didn't call it a burger. He just called it a product. He's like, I'm going to try the product. Product's so good.
Why did they put it out? That's the question I have.
Dude, he probably thought it looked good, and he's like, "No, this is great. This is great." He did some like CEO veto override shit, and then the public was like, "No, this is not great."
Probably nobody had the balls to be like, "This is gonna make you look stupid."
It's like some of the Trump tweets. It's like Trump tweets a lot of policy, but there's sometimes he tweets some stupid shit, and he'll like take it down. But he probably thinks like it's not stupid shit in the moment.
I think it's a person who's like in charge of reviewing what he says, and to be like, "Hey, that's probably not a good idea."
I feel like part of me believes that it's not always him typing up and sending everything he tweets.
Oh yeah, I heard that like so people figured out like that if it's like from one kind of like from like an Android phone, it's someone who's like working, and if it's an iPhone, it's him, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that shit, but there's sometimes like you can see the tirade where I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure Trump, at least he might not have typed out, but he did say the audio that he wanted.
How much of that shit is like he's probably like drunk tweeting?
Well, he doesn't drink.
Well, high Trump tweeting. Is he purely sober?
He's purely sober. That's the craziest thing about Trump. He's sober. I mean, maybe not from fucking. But I don't even know if he fucks these days. Like, Trump definitely used to be like a slut, like whore back in the day and shit. But like, I don't think him and Melania have sex. Like, I don't think he's sexually active anymore.
Not with Melania, that's for sure.
Maybe, like, do you think he has hookers? Like, is it easy to get a hooker as a president without the hooker revealing that they fucked the president?
Well, yeah, I guess he got like caught with that with a porn star. What's her name?
Stormy Daniels. But this is way back in the day. Like this.
But I'm assuming he's probably did that a lot, and I'm sure like. I feel like there's probably some kind of like crazy NDAs you would sign if you're gonna like do sex work for like a president.
My thing is, if I was the president, and whether I'm single or in some sex positive relationship, I'm totally for like fucking hoes on the side, but I'd just be very transparent about it. Like, look, I'm the president of the United States. I'm gonna do a good job, and in order to be level-headed during this job, I need to get some pussy, and like it's gonna be consensual. We're both gonna be into it, and nobody's gonna be a little bitch about it. Okay. Now, anyways, let's get back to bombing Iran.
Man, you know what the sad part is? I feel like that still be a step up from the current president. It's like, oh, this guy's honest.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think being honest with flaws can build trust in people. Yeah, but I think that's why people like self-deprecating comics a little bit. You know,
I think with presidents it's tough because you're also being judged by like a lot of like world leaders who are like conservative. So like, then you have to go.
You gotta appear tough. But I don't know. Sometimes I just think about like what would happen if like fucking it was like Putin and Kanye in a room together.
Like the conversation they would have.
Putin would be like, "Yo, I know you sucked your cousin's dick," but he's like, you gotta do this, Putin." And I feel like Putin still might let Ye do that shit. I only say that as like, I don't know. I feel like there could be some people that could still find a way to like win the power dynamic, even if they do some bitch like behavior.
Yeah. Well, I feel like specifically with Putin, I think that it's an uphill battle if you're black, because the Russians are all like notoriously super racist.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's racism.
He's like, who let this black person into my house? Why is he here? Is he famous?
That is funny. I still think it's so absurd that Kim Jong-un like loves Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Why? It's so random, bro.
I feel like the guy's probably. I feel like Dennis Rodman probably just like likes him in like weird ways. It's like, oh, you're like.
But why is that his favorite player? Like, why? How did that become like a friendship?
I'm sure like at some point Dennis Rodman was just like, oh, like everybody's hating on this Kim Jong-un guy, but I think he's just like a boss. And like, I think when so few people are openly supporting you, like where they don't have to, he probably
you'll take what you can get. It's like turning point when they see Nicki Minaj's red pill. You're like, fuck it, we don't know what to think of you, but hey, you're a black woman repping us. We're putting on this thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you want like representation from like a class of people that not normally doesn't like you. So it's like he's like, oh look, Americans love me too, and he parades him around like North Korea. It's like, hey, the rest of the world is on this. Like, this guy's so rich, he doesn't have to like me.
Dude, I want to go to North Korea. I want to stand. You know what? North Korea might be one of the only countries where there's never been a stand-up. Maybe there is stand-up comedy, but heavily policed. You gotta figure, there's been at least one comedy show in North Korea, but it was heavily policed, and everything had to be submitted. And if you dare deviate,
they probably just gave you a script.
Yeah,
I know exactly. In Russia they have like a lot of famous comics, and
they're just more like actors, kind of.
Yeah, basically, it's like they're actors who have like funny material they're performing on stage. It's like one-man show style.
But will it still make you laugh? Like some it's legitimately funny? Surely some.
Yeah, people laugh. Also, like if you're in Russia and like it's the only form of comedy, it's like it's not like you don't realize that like there's different comedy. You're just like, oh, this is what comedy is.
Yeah, there's not like a Russian version of like Candace Owens. I can just go up and talk mad shit and conspiracy shit. Like they go to the gulag.
I think you could say stupid shit, crazy shit, but like you can't talk shit that makes like the government look bad. So like I think within reason you could be like, oh, there's aliens and stuff like that, but like as soon as you cross the line of like, oh yeah, also Putin kind of sucks, it's like, oh yeah, your whole family's disappearing.
Dude, that's so fucked. These world leaders need to quit being. Hey, Putin, quit being a little pussy.
Oh, it was the last thing. I just got banned.
That's the last time we heard from Patrick.
Dude, that guy is. I think that the more powerful you get, the less you take shit because you're so worried of looking weak. You just start murdering people just to like prove a point.
Yeah, wasn't that was like Hitler's whole deal. He was like fucking a butthurt artist that failed at his career, and now he's just like he's gonna take it out.
Well, look at me now. You didn't believe in me, and now I'm killing someone.
Dude, those are the worst. Someone that like is like they feel like they got wronged in their career, and now that's what some of these like it'll be like a military vet is angry at the military, and then they just shoot up a Walmart, and it's like, what do the people at Walmart have anything to do with your experiences in the military?
It's hate for the world. It's like you want to like destroy stuff. What was I talking about?
Anyways, jobs.
Jobs. Yeah, no.
Inside jobs.
No, I mean, I'm so glad we live in a country where you could do whatever you want, basically. Like, especially like with free speech, at least.
And yeah, I'd say there's never, there's always consequences, but I definitely feel like compared to a lot of other places on the earth, we got way more freedom.
Oh yeah,
just talk shit.
Yeah, and I feel like we don't appreciate it because we've had it for so long. People don't realize like how bad it could be. Even if you go to like UK or like Europe, it's like it's not crazy noticeable, but once you like pay attention, it's like, oh, this guy like made fun of like a handicapped person. It's like, yeah, it's kind of in bad taste, but like he shouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, you'll go to jail for saying certain shit in Europe, man. Like,
the dude in Germany guy like went to jail for doing the Nazi salute.
Oh yeah, you can't do Nazi shit in Germany. You can't do certain like anti-Israel rhetoric in Germany. Like you gotta watch what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's actually most of the world. Like people like are very much watching their mouth.
It's weird. Part of me thinks like, does it make maybe there's some cases where having some guardrails on free speech protects people, but I don't know. I think I'd rather just like have it be completely open and like that might make a more divided society, but at least I don't feel like I'm being controlled.
Yeah, the issue is like somebody has to decide what you can and can't say. And like if you have the power to like choose like, oh, this is appropriate, this is not, inevitably that person's gonna like go and get out of hand and just be like, oh, well, I say that you can't like make fun of this now, and like if you do, like I'll put you in prison.
Yeah, dude, it's that's just fucked. I kind of feel that way about the AI systems. Like, I tried to make the point with someone the other day. It's like, who's mainly building like the AI shit? It's like white people and Asian people, right? Like, so if your entire framework for building AI is built on like the cultural biases of like only a certain demographic of people, then the AI is never going to be fully encompassing of like thought and language, or in some ways. So it almost feels like the inner mechanisms of AI will like be against certain ways of thinking or speaking. It's just like, is there a way to even design technology that isn't going to favor certain kinds of speech over the other?
Yeah, well, I think it will, because obviously, like, what we see is like the correct way of speaking, like grammar, like specific vocabulary, is not the way someone speaks, like even like in a different part of the country.
It took a while for ain't, A-N-I-T. A-I-N-T is actually now a legal word in the dictionary, but for a while it was like, that's slang, that's improper English. Yeah. Jerome, you should not say ain't. But now it's like, no, we can't say ain't. My thing with words is like, if you understand that, like, I feel like there's a distinction between like written words and like words you say. And I feel like as long as you're understood, I don't care like what words you use, as long as your meaning's understood. Why are we being grammar Nazis? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also context. Like if you're sending a work email, you don't want to come off as like a person who like can't spell.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to seem professional. You know that some people do give a shit about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Now you can just have AI fucking write your fucking emails. I do that shit with Gemini, bro. Gemini, like, for an email where it'll be like a long, lengthy email where I have to like send a certain reply to it, Gemini will automatically type up my response for me. I just hit send.
How many conversations over work email do you think are just like people clicking like Gemini auto-generate response and send, and it's just like people like talking using Gemini back and forth? It's probably a lot.
Dude, it is probably a lot. Have you followed that made me think of it. It's called like Moltbook or Moltclaw. It was like a Reddit style website, but instead of users, they were all AI agents. So it was like AI bots talking with each other and creating Reddit threads and having like these full-blown self-referential conversations. And it's like, it wasn't even like there's a person behind the AI. They were just like autonomous.
But guess what? Eventually that stuff is going to start showing up in Google results.
Dude,
because Reddit already ranks for shit.
For sure. And just all the bots. I mean, you hear about using bots to increase viewership and streaming, and it's just like, what's real online?
There's like some theory where it's like the dead internet theory, where like,
oh, there's more bots than humans. Yeah, that's facts. I don't even think it's a theory anymore. I think most people
with AI, I think that's gonna happen for
sure. I mean, now you got the AI influencers and shit. You're like, god damn.
Or like the AI OnlyFans models. It's like, dude, next level.
I've seen some of the AI porn. It's like, and I know porn enough to know what's AI porn.
As an expert of pornography.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's AI porn, and that shit hasn't gotten me off yet, bro. Like, I the only time I ever liked hentai is when I first started, and then I never returned. I was in that shit for like 3 months, and I was like, nah, there's like real shit too. I'm gonna get off the hentai. So I think of AI porn in the same way as I think of hentai. I'm like, that shit, it's just not real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also my friend Diego, he had this bit, apparently like 80% of the girl voices, some high number, is voiced by male actors.
Yo.
So it's just like a Japanese dude going
I mean, have you ever heard of like the OnlyFans models sometimes will hire virtual assistants in Indonesia to answer their DMs and shit? Bro.
Yes. How do you think you're getting a girlfriend experience where she's texting you within like 30 seconds all day, every day? You think you're the only guy she's doing that with?
No. It's I show you Bob and Vagine here.
It's an Indian guy in Indonesia.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I don't know why I moved to Indonesia.
It's Indonesia.
They're all Muslim shit. I don't like it.
Surely India has colonized. Maybe didn't they? They never colonized nobody.
India? No, I think they're always on the receiving end.
Well, there's some white people that think like the HB1 visa Indians are colonizing America.
Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely like a big Indian influence in some countries. I know like some of the Caribbean islands, I think like Trinidad and Guyana has like a lot of Indians, but I think they're being brought there as like slaves at some point.
Yeah, dude, I heard about all the fucking slaves in like Dubai and shit, like the fucking Filipinos, the Tibetan people.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers are like just working as the hotel maids and shit.
Yeah.
All the sultans just like party.
And they somehow still make more money as like slaves than they would at Philippines as regular employees.
Right? Isn't that shit fucked?
I mean, the world is kind of fucked. I mean, we're just so privileged and so like we were so happy not knowing all the shit that was going on, and now like everybody's just dumping it. And like,
we have so much access to information that now like
it's too much.
If one person with a camera can reveal shit that everybody will know about, they're like, oh my fucking god.
I think it's too much. I think like even if it's very important information, the human brain, like, what are you gonna do with it? It's like the world leaders are all like pedophiles and they're all like conspiring to like kill off like the poors. All right, what are you gonna do about it?
Right, yeah. It's like, I hate that style of political commentator that their whole thing is saying what's bad, but they never offer an alternative. That's why I like fucking hated the liberals who are like, Donald Trump, he's been... Alright, so is your whole platform just fuck Donald Trump? What's your platform? Like, give me something to believe in. Like, people need to like it's a different energy than pulling yourself off your bootstraps. The energy is more like, yo, like, you know, this shit's fucked, and you gotta do whatever you can within your power to try to deal with it. Don't just like give up and act like you have no agency. Like, I think we have to at least believe we have some sort of agency to make change.
Yeah, or at least in like a personal change, because like it doesn't have to be like I'm gonna change the world tomorrow, but like if your life sucks, make your life suck a little less. Work on it. If all you're doing is just like posting online how unfair everything is, like, well, if 2 hours of your day is like spent like consuming or complaining about things in the world, like, yeah, your life is gonna suck. Well, that's the weird
thing. Like, everybody, like, shit on the internet can feel so dramatic. Like, oh my gosh, did you just see what this person tweeted or what video they just posted, and you feel harmed by that? But at the end of the day, it's just like, it's the digital. And I think a lot of people that are just like spending too much time on the internet just bitching about shit, they just need to enter back into the physical world. Like, do more shit outside. Like,
yeah,
literally, I think
touch grass.
Literally touch grass, eat ass, bro.
Touch grass, smoke grass, eat ass.
Touch grass, smoke grass, eat ass. Fast pass.
Fast pass to eating ass. That's gotta be good.
5 minutes with the booty. Do what you want. They just went to Jimmy John's.
If there was a line to eat some ass, I would definitely buy a fast pass. I want to be the first one to eat that ass. I don't want like sloppy seconds on ass eating.
Yeah, it's gonna be that shit's gonna have to be badooshed and badooshed. That's just gonna have to be badooshed and clean, bro. It's just gotta be like a wacky noodle. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I think we got enough for today. And currently, do you feel like you are happily employed, or like whatever employment you have right now? Are you cool with it?
I would say that I'm not cool with it, but I'm happy with where I am right now than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm really riding the entrepreneurial waves right now, and I like that I've been able to build up these individual relationships with different businesses, that I'm getting hired for routine contract work, and I'm excited to see how it progresses.
Yeah.
But I still want to get to a point where like I want more money, because New York City is expensive and I don't want to live with freaking roommates in a shitty place. And I want some fucking stability in terms of being able to at least predict how much money I have coming in.
Yeah, well, you're doing the grind, which is definitely respectable, and you're doing it pretty well, I think. So honestly, I don't know if enough people tell you this, but like out of the people I know, out of comedians, you legitimately do like so much both comedy and like work-wise.
But here's the thing, though. I actually had a coach in middle school. I played basketball in middle school, and my team in the 7th grade, we lost every single game. We lost every game. And it was funny. We did one final practice after the last game, and our coach, who was like a total dickhead to us the entire season, he actually decided to like add some like levity to it. He ended up doing like a roast, an impersonation of everyone on the team, and like mimicked our playing style, and just kind of to show how like dumb we looked on the court. And his mimic for me is that he was like hustling and running all over the court, but nothing was actually getting accomplished. I wasn't scoring points. So like I do think sometimes like there could be an admiration of like, oh, I'm hitting up all these different spots and working to make ends meet, but I think at the end of the day you have to like play smart, not hard. And I'm actively trying to learn how to play smarter, I guess, because like you said, sometimes you can just be running back and forth on the fucking court and you look like a fucking clown.
I think in the beginning stages of comedy, what you're doing is actually is a good strategy, because the more people know you, it is a name of like top of mind. Because like imagine somebody's booking a show, if they just saw you, they're so much more likely to put you on.
Dude, for sure. That's why it's so weird, like the hang of like you go to like a show to hang out, and then you're like, oh wow, I'm actually looking to film blah, blah, blah. It's like so much of it's so weird. This comedy shit's weird. Comedy, I guess comedy just feels like an unpaid internship, but it has its own job elements.
And it's also run by the people who are doing it, so it's very odd. I feel like I'm set back by the fact that I don't drink, so like everybody's like just getting drunk together, and then like in subconscious like, oh, I drank with this dude, I guess he's cool, I should have him on my show, my podcast. All right, the way this we close the podcast every time is I ask for any kind of tip, advice for work or unemployment, anything you think is a good like motto to live by, the tips to think about. So like one of the ones was like, don't give up. It could be like general, or it could be anything specific, and you put it on one of these post-its and sign at the bottom. And post-its courtesy of New York Times, free office supplies.
So wait, say the prompt one more time.
Prompt. We're talking prompts now. Any kind of advice for people out there who potentially are unemployed or looking for work, out of work, or not gainfully employed, or like hate their job, things to kind of keep them going.
I'm writing it right now.
Yeah, take your time. I'm just resetting clock.
Alright, so my piece of advice is don't underestimate Craigslist.
Ooh, I like that.
So many of my main gigs, the whole reason I even became a gardener, it started off one Craigslist gig. Some of my AI shit, like the AI video residency I have right now, that I'm now allegedly, I got my first payment last week, and apparently I'll get another one this upcoming Tuesday, $600 a week, was originally off a posting I saw on Craigslist. So Craigslist, it's not just gay shit,
not just hookers,
it's not just hookers and glory holes, it's gigs too.
That's awesome. Check out Craigslist. Shout out to Greg. Can you just sign that at the bottom?
Yes.
Because when you are rich and famous, I'm gonna have a post-it of you. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Patrick Golden, for coming. Do you have anything to plug? Anything? This might come out like in like months, so don't plug a show that's like next week. But anything you're working on, anything you want people to know about you, could be your Instagram, anything.
Right now I currently host a comedy show the last Friday of every month, 5 p.m. happy hour comedy, and
at Young Ethel's.
At Young Ethel's. Gotta get Alex. Have I gotten you on the show already?
Not yet. I was trying to make it up. Oh no, I did.
You came and hung out.
Yeah.
You came and hung out. All right, I'm gonna hit you up.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Damn. See. It's literally how it works.
Exactly.
How it works. But thank you guys so much. I've been Alex Shklar. Thank you, Patrick, for coming. This has been Let's Get Fired, and hopefully you are happily unemployed or gonna get a job soon.
Get that money.
Honestly, hopefully you get money without working. That's the goal.
Exactly. UBI.
When you love your job, you don't work a day in your life.
Gay? No.
Yeah, pretty gay. Alright, man. Thanks so much.
Yo, thank you, man. That was fun.
You're fired!